These stories are. Carney says Canada is looking to join major European military buildup. Oh,
Ooh,
well, that's Carney making sure he gets that right wing vote.
that's also
He's got to
Carney.
keep that. He's a Carney.
Can you trust a Carney?
Yeah. Well, hey, the dollar's up 4% since he took over. So obviously, and our investments are down. So that
balances out.
It's Trump's problem then.
That's
if the
Trump's
investments
fault.
are down, it's Trump's fault. If the investments are up, it's Carney's.
What if the investments are flat?
Then it's
Get your earballs ready. Welcome to the Greg and Tim Show podcast. Take time to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Greg and Tim.
Welcome back to the Greg and Tim Show. The show
welcome back.
where you don't know what's going to go on.
Anytime.
Have you ever watched
last one?
Have you ever watched what is it? Parks and Recreation?
Another show I'm familiar with. I've never watched.
So Chris Pratt
yeah,
is in Parks and Recreation, and he plays this guy named Andy Dwyer.
Familiar.
And Andy Dwyer is kind of a little bit of a doofus. But so he writes songs, and he'll write a song, and he's like rhyming, and he's writing this song for Little Sebastian, which is the pony horse.
Yeah.
That I'm going to spoil it for you if you haven't watched it. Cover your ears for a second. Dies. Little Sebastian dies, and he is a beloved horse throughout the whole show. And what happens is he has to write a song about Little Sebastian.
Okay.
And let me just bring it up here.
I gotta watch it now.
I guess I can't really find it. He's hilarious. He's one of the best parts of Parks and Rec. If you haven't watched Parks and Rec, you should.
I've watched some of it, but it's added to the shows that I know are great. I've only watched one episode of it. Like there's
The Office.
Every show's like that for me.
Like The Office.
Yeah. Mad Men, The Office. I know
I haven't seen Mad Men.
I would like them if I watched them. I just haven't watched them.
Yeah.
Clips of them, but that's about it.
And I realized that what's his name's in Mad Men? The guy from Skip the Dishes.
Oh, of course he is. Didn't you know he's like the main character?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I knew that.
John
Hamm.
John Hamm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's skinnier in Mad Men. Like he's gotten older and bigger.
He's younger.
And younger. Yeah, he's younger.
Most people when they get older, they get fatter.
They get younger?
No, when they get older, they get fatter.
He just looks different now.
Yeah, he's bulked up. Let's put it that way. If he's watching the show,
and he's hilarious.
I'm sure he's bulked up. Yeah.
Mr. Hamm, if you are watching the show, we'd love to have you on the episode.
It's all muscle.
Should we get him on the episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
This one right now?
Yeah.
You want me to FaceTime John Hamm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your best pretend?
Did you know that it's going to be 30 degrees on Friday?
30 and above, 31 on Saturday. It's going to be warmer it's going to be the same temperature in Winnipeg as it is in LA. I'm going to LA on Thursday.
What?
Till Monday. Yeah. So
what are you going to edit this podcast?
On Monday when I get back. And then go back in time and post it.
I should, you know how you always apologize to a certain person?
No.
Every week?
John Hamm.
No.
We were supposed to have him on.
And Scarlett Johansson. And Tara Maslowski.
Who?
Tara Maslowski.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how you always apologize?
Yeah.
It's the same apology you give to me every time Sunday rolls around and goes, sorry, I couldn't edit the podcast this week.
I would happily edit a podcast if I knew how to edit a podcast. Actually, it would take me, if I had 2 days to edit a podcast and I had to do it on my own, it would get edited in about 6 months. And I don't know, like I'm not an expert on time, but that might not be a timely time frame in which to get the
timely time frame.
Yeah, episode edited.
Well, so welcome back to the show. Why do you always say why are you saying welcome back? Do you think people don't return back?
No, I think they haven't checked in the first place.
No, they checked in the first place because on multiple episodes.
Yeah, but like they just started tuning in or welcoming me.
Oh, well, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show is the original thing. Yeah, don't say welcome back.
Don't say welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You know that's from Mr. Welcome back, Mr. Carter.
It's also from Mace's.
Mace's?
Mace.
Yep.
His album, Welcome Back.
I don't even know what that is.
Do you know that song's in one of our previous episodes?
Right, I do now.
You do. You don't watch our episodes?
No, I didn't remember that exact song in all the episodes that we've done. I forgot. Remember when we used to do our episodes on the table?
Yeah.
I like it like this better.
You like it like this better?
Yeah, although now I can't.
That's when you apologize to Scarlett Johansson, actually.
I can't. The only problem now is I have no place to put like a piece of paper. It's too obvious. Whereas it's like nice on a. You would expect a piece of paper and a pen on a table.
And we used to write on it while we were talking,
but,
and we'd make notes.
Now I have to remember things.
Yeah.
So
you like this or don't like this?
I like the look of
The
it.
table's right there.
I like the look of it better. I don't like the functionality of not having a piece of paper in front of me because it looks awkward. Then I'm gonna go over here,
Do you want an iPad?
and then I can't write anything.
Do you want an iPad?
Do you have a second iPad? Okay.
No, I just wanted to get your credit card.
Add it to the invoice. I bought $2,000 worth of stuff. Here's the invoice.
By the way, I need your credit card for this account.
Oh, it's
Gone.
You have it already.
I do. You're right.
I just need the
Where
receipt.
did I put it?
Well, you have the access to it.
Do I?
Well, I don't know. I think you do.
So this has gone swimmingly so far.
Yeah.
You said you had some stuff to talk about. Let's go with topic number 1.
Okay, so I want to start sports related. Although that last thing at the end there is interesting, but I don't want to go into that because that's too much into the weeds.
The U.S. drops one.
Oh, that's very interesting. Anyway,
Is that the one that you're talking about?
yeah, that's really interesting.
Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
U.S. drops COVID vaccine recommendation for healthy kids and pregnant women.
This is what people were saying for the longest time during COVID is that healthy individuals, specifically kids, did not need the vaccine. We were told no, that wasn't true for 3 years, 2-3 years.
How many did you get? No, you don't have to tell me. Don't say that out loud. I don't want you to tell me.
All these things come out. Pregnant women, healthy children. How much of this is the Trump administration?
But this is the CDC saying it.
Right. So interesting how all this stuff comes out afterward. I don't know. That is, yeah.
So it's also brought up by Robert F. Kennedy,
who is a very controversial figure.
Yeah. And he also has some stuff that goes on with his family. But a spokesperson for CVS Health said that the company is determining whether changes in health insurance coverage are required as the federal government reassesses COVID vaccine eligibility.
I was just talking. My wife is gone on a trip as we speak to New York, and she's like, they ask her, do you want regular insurance? And then another question is, do you want COVID insurance? I'm like, can't they just give you, like, if anything bad happens, like one insurance? Like,
what's COVID insurance? Tell me.
During the time of COVID,
yeah,
it was a separate insurance that you purchased to go cross border that was above and beyond your regular insurance. Like if you got injured or something like that, if you got COVID, you could get that treatment. It was a separate insurance, and that's what they're saying there. In which maybe they'll just add COVID to like can't you just? I don't understand that. Can't you just get insurance for like if something bad happens to you? Just a general hospitalization.
So do you think this means that they could do like cancer insurance and bus accident insurance?
I think it was specific to COVID. I think
I know, but I'm saying
everything else is included in the regular, quote unquote, regular insurance.
So does that mean? So let me get my tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
Okay. You die in the States with insurance.
I'm hoping I don't need insurance for my death. But
no. Let's say you die in the States with insurance because you bought the insurance
so far, but okay.
It's what?
It's a horrible scenario that I die.
But they test you for COVID.
Yeah.
And they're like, he has COVID.
Yeah.
He does not qualify for his insurance.
I don't know how
that he got.
I don't know how in a case of death that
and
I'm
dismemberment.
But I'm just talking about if you have to be hospitalized for something. and you don't buy the COVID quote unquote insurance, and you get COVID and have to go to a hospital, I guess you would not get covered. But that article is saying, should COVID now be included in all the other insurance? Which of course it should be.
So let's say say you don't get the COVID covered in the
We've
insurance.
saying COVID so many times.
We might not get any views on this episode, and that's fine, because it's just like the other ones.
What?
But let's say you got the C word.
Yeah.
But you didn't know.
Yeah.
But you got hit by a truck
Okay.
in the States.
Yeah.
And you got admitted to the hospital. You have insurance.
Yeah.
To get like operated on your leg because you broke your leg. They stitched you up, and it's like a $15,000 bill in the States.
Yeah.
But you got the insurance because you traveled, and you were like, I'm getting the insurance.
Yeah. My wife got the insurance. My child got the insurance. They're both in the States.
And then they test you for COVID.
Right.
And they're like, whoa, they did not get the COVID insurance.
Yeah.
So they're no longer eligible to be treated because they're sick with COVID.
I would think they would just not treat. I think they would treat you for the COVID as well, and they would charge you for that.
Well, if you don't want to be treated for COVID,
can you say I don't want to be treated for the COVID? Yeah, probably. I think you can reject anything.
They can't reject your entire
I don't
insurance
think so.
just because you have it.
I think they just can't treat you and not charge you. That's my guess anyway. Which
it's an interesting topic.
Which one of those three people is what's his face? Kennedy.
The one in the middle.
One in the middle? Okay.
Yeah. The one on the left is the guy that goes straight to jail.
Yeah.
You know the guy, right?
I yes, I think I do.
You go straight to jail.
I think I have not.
It's not it's not Armisen. It's not the actual actor, but he looks like him.
He does kind of look like him, yeah.
You go straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
You undercooked chicken? Jail.
Straight to jail.
You overcooked chicken? Also jail.
That's classic.
You walk across the sidewalk with no shoes? Jail.
Jail.
You walk across the sidewalk with the wrong shoes? Also jail.
That's so jail.
Do you know what that's from?
That's a skit from SNL.
No, Parks and Recreation.
It's Parks and Rec. Okay. Armisen also was in SNL. So
I think he plays an Argentina guy in that skit, and it's Pawnee's sister city,
right,
in Argentina. And it turns out that they're really bad.
Yeah.
they're like trying to steal something or something from them,
and the person
straight to jail.
Person on the right is the cricket champion circa 1972.
Yeah, as long as he's does anybody really watch cricket?
I heard it sucks.
I heard that somebody got offended by you last week.
Good.
I heard somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
So he's the one person that watched.
One of 9.
It went to 9?
Yeah.
After I said 8, it went to 9?
Yeah. I don't know what it's at right now, actually. Should we find out? Sure. Why not?
We're gonna switch gears in a second.
Yeah, go ahead and switch gears. We're at 9, yep. Go ahead and switch gears.
So I want to talk drop a little bit about sports, specifically hockey.
Okay.
So last night, and we're airing this the night after Carolina won their first Eastern Conference game in 15 tries.
Yeah.
So they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they got swept twice, and they lost 3 times, and they lost the first 2 games or first 3 games against Florida.
Yeah.
So my question is, and we talk about this with like LeBron James in basketball, right? Is it better to never get there or be really, really good to get there all the time, but fail once you're there? Which is better? Because no one is making fun of the New York Islanders, but they are about Carolina, and they won their first game last night. They made the series 3-1 against Florida.
But Carolina has won a Stanley Cup.
Not in this regime, but it's been what, 12 years since they won it? 15?
But they've won.
Yeah.
So
sports fans are all about what have you done lately, and it's all about the failure. Nobody remembers. Andrew Ladd was on that team.
But if the Jets keep losing without ever winning a Stanley Cup, the Leafs The
1969.
Leafs, 67, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. I think it was 67. Yeah, you're right.
The Leafs haven't won since 67.
Yeah.
I would rather be the Hurricanes
Right.
with a Stanley Cup in my lifetime
But
and losing out in the
yes,
semifinals.
but nobody talks about that. The fact they won a Stanley Cup. It's they lost whatever how many games Eastern Conference final
Does
games
anybody
in a row.
talk about the Leafs losing Eastern Conference games?
All the time.
No, because they've never
7 straight game sevens.
they've never played in the Eastern
Oh, that's
Conference
right. You're right.
final.
Not the Eastern
Well, they
Conference.
have, but they haven't in a long
But
time.
that's my question. Is it and like I say, we talk about this with LeBron James. They always say he's how much this is his number of wins and losses when he gets to the finals. Yeah, but he took teams that didn't deserve to go to the finals single-handedly to get to the finals, but he's made fun of for that fact. And if he didn't make it there, people wouldn't have somebody to make fun of.
Honestly, if my team was making the finals as much as the Hurricanes, the Panthers,
We have a better example in our home city. All Rider fans are like, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. The Bombers, they're losing Grey Cups.
yeah,
No, this is a team that
has
gets
gone
to the Grey
five
Cups.
straight Grey Cups.
But we're made fun of for losing the Grey Cup by a team that doesn't get to the Grey Cup.
But here's the thing with the Bombers is that they won the first two, lost the last three.
Yeah.
Whereas the Buffalo Bills just kept losing them.
Right.
They didn't win.
Right.
Have the Bills ever won a Super Bowl?
No, I don't think. No, I know they haven't.
Really?
I do. You can look it up, but no, I don't think so.
I thought there was only a few teams that hadn't won the Super Bowl.
Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
And certainly I think the Buffalo Bills have not won a Super Bowl. I'm 99% sure that they have not won a Super Bowl. Remember they lost to the Cowboys in the 90s?
Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars.
But we have more now, right?
No, that's all of them.
No, that keeps the list keeps going.
Yeah,
down.
but these other ones have won one. So Arizona's won one. The Chargers have won one.
Where was
Titans have won one.
where was the
Falcons,
Bills,
4.
who have lost 4 straight Super Bowls. Where is their Super Bowl? Where's their Super Bowl win? They haven't won one. It says that right there. These are all teams that have not won a Super Bowl. Minnesota Vikings also. Yeah, those are all teams.
So
all the teams
Vikings,
on the list.
Bills, Bengals, Panthers, Falcons,
Yeah.
Titans, Chargers, Cardinals,
actually a fairly
Jaguars,
big
Texans, Lions. That's a huge list. The Lions have never won a Super
That
Bowl.
I knew.
That's kind of crazy. And they've never been to the Super Bowl.
No, they've never been to Super Bowl.
In 1930. They've been around for 95 years and have never been to the Super Bowl. Like the
That is a
Texans
long
obviously
time.
are a new team. The Jaguars in the 1995, like only 30 years.
That number is how many games they played in, I believe. Right?
The Arizona Cardinals have played in one since 1920. The Chargers, oh my goodness, like look at these teams.
Yeah, and so the Bills have played in four Super Bowls.
And they lost
all of them.
91, 92, 93, 94.
They lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Oh my gosh. That's insane. I mean, that's Bomber-esque, but in the
So if the
NFL.
Bombers make this year,
Yeah.
knowing they've made 6 Grey Cup appearances in a row, but have
Yeah.
lost the last 4 in a row, what is your thoughts on
Again,
that team?
That's my question. Is it better not to make it or to make it and lose?
Well, make it and lose, obviously.
Well, no, apparently
the
it's
team
not
makes more money.
because the people are making fun of the Bombers for losing in the Grey Cup.
The only people making fun of the Bombers are the Rider fans.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Rider fans would be happy to make the Grey Cup 5 years in a row. Never mind 5 years in a row, 5 years.
Haven't the Riders only won like 4 or 5 Grey Cups?
The Riders have won 4.
Yeah.
The Bombers have won 2 Grey Cups in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
12 in total.
Yeah.
The Riders have won 4.
Yeah.
And I think they've only been to the Grey Cup maybe 5 times in the last 18 years.
Yeah, the Riders like to bug the Bombers fan base and the
'Cause
team.
Jealousy breeds
But it's stuff that
anger.
they're like, oh, people weren't attending games. But nobody's attending the Rider games the last couple of years. Barely any. They've had attendance issues like, big time.
You know how many people were at the Bombers or their preseason?
Preseason, yeah.
You know how many people were there?
It was a pretty good crowd.
27,000.
Yeah, for a preseason game. Now, and compare that to Calgary, where you saw pictures of not a lot of. Now, the argument that people from Calgary will make is, yeah, but that's because there's so much to do in Calgary. And there's nothing to do in Winnipeg. Climb mountains.
Okay,
I got a text from a friend from Calgary, and he's like, "Yeah, but it's just a preseason game, and Calgarians have so many mountains to climb and so many great things to do. In Winnipeg, you don't have anything. Lame city of Winnipeg." I'm saying that's what he was saying. That was his point.
Calgary Surge. So Calgary Surge had 12,000. They've got their record. A league attendance record of 12,327 for the Calgary Surge for basketball. The Winnipeg Sea Bears just had over 10,000 for their home opener.
Basketball at the Saddle Dome. That's
that would be especially considering that one holds like 19,000 people.
Saddle Dome might be the worst arena now in the league.
And they're getting a new one.
Have they? They keep saying
they have 2 years left in the Saddle Dome.
They keep saying that, and then the deal falls through.
They have 2 years left in the Saddle Dome.
Okay. Wow. I'd been there I had never been there, and I was there a couple of years ago, and I couldn't believe how bad that arena was. It was worse than the old arena for the Jets.
It is and it isn't. Scotia Place is opening in the fall of 2027.
Okay. Good old corporate sponsor.
People that say that Calgary has too many things to do, and that's why there's only like 12,000 people at their games. Yeah. When I went to the Bomber game on Saturday, was the same week that I went to a Gold Eyes game on Tuesday. Yeah. There was a Gold Eyes game on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as well. Yeah. I think there was one on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Gold Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually play.
And then there was the basketball game on Friday, and the Bomber game on Saturday. The basketball game had over 7,000 people. The Bomber game was 27,000 people. The Gold Eyes home opener was almost 6,500 people. Like, people are turning out for Winnipeg sports right now.
Your argument against that point is there's lots of stuff to do right now in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Shove it up your butt.
Calgary.
Yeah.
You heard me, Calgary. Anybody listen out in Calgary?
I'm not going to say who was making that point by the way, but it rhymes with Rennie Jalagoski.
Oh, it's the mascot for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that Calgary was founded by two guys, Cal and Gary?
No. That's terrible. That joke was horrible. Horrible. Next.
And Calgary people don't like calling it Calgary. They like to call
Calgary.
No.
Calgary.
They like to call it, no. They like to call it Calgary.
Well, I find like to say Calgary.
No.
It annoys me.
People from Calgary call it Calgary.
I call it Calgary. They call it Calgary.
I don't think so.
It's very annoying. It just sounds weird. Maybe it's right. Hey, next point of topic.
Oh, new topic already. Okay.
So still in the realm of sports.
Yeah.
But it goes into politics.
Oh, okay. Political sports.
Yeah. So
commentary.
It was announced, and we have the Winter Olympics coming up in 2026 in Milan, Italy.
Okay.
Interesting place for the Winter Olympics, but hey, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
It was announced that the ban on Russia continues.
Really?
So my question is this, and obviously it's because you're not unless you're the U.S.
Did you say 2027? That's not the right year.
2026 is the Olympics.
2026.
That's what I said. I said 2026. So the ban remains, and I'm assuming because unless you're the U.S., you're not allowed to get into international conflicts and take over other countries. So my question is, do we do this because it's political posturing, and we're using sports as a political tool, like Putin does? Does Putin really? Is this really effective? Like Putin saying there, "Oh, I guess I have this master plan." Wait, the Olympics. The athletes can't do the Olympics now. Oh, I guess I should reconsider.
So we have talked about this.
Yeah.
It's not just because of the war. It's also because of their drug use.
Okay.
They have rampant drug use.
And there's not rampant drug use in the United States of America?
Well, apparently it's rampant drug use.
It sounds like something you say to rationalize another reason to do something. That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine the percentage of people doing drugs in Russia is that much more than the continental USA. But you can prove me wrong.
Yeah, I guess it's also because they were invading. But the thing is, they haven't been allowed in the Olympics for a while, even before the invasion into the Ukraine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought it was as a direct relation to invasion of the Ukraine.
Due to widespread violations of anti-doping regulations, including an attempt to sabotage ongoing investigations into the manipulation of computer data, WADA in 2019 banned the Russian Federation from all major sporting events, including Olympic Games, for 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
So for the first two that they missed,
yeah, right.
It was due to anti-doping.
And they just continued that because, all right, I do remember that. So no Winter Olympics for Russia.
Yeah, that was announced 2 hours ago.
I think that was today or yesterday, one of the two. I think it was yesterday they announced it. I think Washington.
Well, it says right here 2 hours ago.
Post is just doing the. So does that mean Ovechkin can play for? How does it work? Those athletes, can they don a different jersey?
Yeah. So what they can do is they can be part of the individual neutral athletes, and they compete as themselves.
Right.
And they compete under the Olympics banner.
So like 20 of them can't get together and have a hockey team.
No, they can do individual sports.
It'd be fun. Yager plays with Ovechkin, and
they're like,
Malkin.
Well, we don't actually associate with any country, so we're going to put them all.
But Ovechkin's apparently a good buddy with Putin.
And Putin's on the team too. You have to remember Putin.
Is there any other?
Putin would also be on the team.
Is there any other more hated?
Can we say Putin more?
Is there any other more hated?
We've been banned in Russia by now.
Political individual than Vladimir Putin, like
more hated political individual,
like just like this whole spectrum of like we consider him like evil is Putin. Anybody else that's more like?
Do you think that Trump is gaining political dislike like Putin? Everybody going orange man bad.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say everybody. No, I think there's a large percentage of people in the United States. Canadians love to hate Trump.
Okay.
They love to do it.
In Russia, do you think they hate Putin?
No, I don't think as much as people think.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? So like you think, oh, the most hated well, if his own country loves him, is he really hated?
Well, take a look at the approval. I mean, can you find approval ratings
for Russia?
It sounds like something the government might control, but I'd be curious. 85% of the Russian population approved of Putin in the beginning of 2023. Yeah,
the highest in 8 years.
Yeah, so he's liked in Russia.
Yeah,
but we always talk about this thing about Trump. Especially when we talked about all the tariff stuff in Canada, it's like, oh, these Canadians hate Trump. Well, yeah, he doesn't care. I don't know if you knew this, but Canadians don't vote for Donald Trump. Last time I checked, Americans do. But anyway, I'm sure Trump is number one. Yes, he's number one. Trump is number one.
Most hated politicians of 2025. Number one, Donald Trump, back in the spotlight, but loved in America.
Yeah.
Number two, Emmanuel Macron.
Go back. What do you mean loved in America?
Well, no, like Trump is loved in America
by a certain percentage of people.
This is disliked in the world. These are just like worldly
outside of the people in their country.
So France, Emmanuel Macron is also disliked.
What a name, Macron. Macron.
Is it Macron?
I think it's pronounced Macron.
Narendra Modi. This goes to show how. And he's India's prime minister.
Yeah, he likes the cricket.
Vladimir Putin's number 4.
So
that goes to show how disconnected we are from the dislike of other political leaders.
Yeah,
like we don't hear about Macron. We don't hear about this.
I've heard of him. Yes,
I know, but we don't hear about him.
No,
Rishi Sunak.
But how much?
which is the Prime Minister of the UK.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of economic ties with India and France. Not
Do you
directly.
think?
I'm sure we do have some.
Do you
dealings
think
with them.
that Trudeau was on that list last year?
Outside of Canada? No, I think he's not hated. I think I think he was made fun of. I think it was a joke more than hated outside Canada. I think he was hated in Canada, and he was a
This is
joke outside of
2023.
Canada.
So the
You,
risk,
you
Joe
don't hate
Biden,
someone who's a joke.
number 12, Justin Trudeau. Net approval.
Canadians. That's for Canadians. That's not people outside of Canada.
Him and his party still won.
It's funny how I saw a picture of Biden now that he's out of office. There was a story about Biden,
He has cancer now, right?
and like nobody talks about it because he's out of office. He's almost like off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
If you were the president for 4
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and it was done,
Yeah.
would you not jump off the grid?
No, I understand that, but it's funny how people who are so, and Biden was hated just for the point of being completely incompetent.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess I would, but again, I mean, how can a robot go more off the grid, right?
Yeah.
Are you making notes?
I'm making notes so that I don't forget what we talked about. So that when I'm creating the descriptions
Yeah.
down below,
that's smart.
like if they go below, I can create the descriptions quicker because I know what we talked about.
Right.
Even after editing it this week, I was like, what the heck did we talk about? I could not remember.
Okay.
And then I remember we talked about hot wings and how chicken wings were invented, and you were like,
you educated me.
you
on
were
that, yeah.
very uneducated on that.
Now I want chicken wings.
Do you want to go for chicken wings after this?
No, I do, but I don't.
'Kay.
Yeah, I had the one time we went out for wings. That was the first time I've been out to wings in like 18 months.
Oh, when we went for the all you can eat.
Yeah.
Remember how many you ate?
And then, yeah, I had.
And then what did you do? Do you? I don't think we should.
the first time I'll tell this to people. So
Okay.
I always
I don't think you'll be allowed back in the rec room if you tell people what you did.
for the first time ever, I've always thought about bringing Tupperware container because you're not supposed to like take the leftovers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I just took a separate container and I just started filling it up with refills. I'd be like, those were a good 10 wings. I enjoyed them immensely, and I like put it in my bag. I would like more, please. More, please. So at the end,
People are going to think differently of you now.
No, I'm okay.
You're okay with people
I
thinking
think
about
I think the people that know me will be like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
you. Yeah.
I don't think I try to keep this image of being this upstanding, squeaky clean. I think most people that really know me would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
It's the same thing as the bringing your own pop to a restaurant.
Which I did too.
You did
I
it
brought
that
my own
night.
sauce. I brought my own pop. I brought Tupperware. Oh, can you check on this episode when I started to wake up, when my rock star kicked in?
Well, as soon as it does, I'll let you know.
No, it kicked in like 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Tim, I wanted to bring up a topic of the day.
Okay.
And let me just find it here.
I have another topic. If you don't have a topic, it seems like you're looking for one in the internet. Also, I'll take this time to tell people to like, subscribe, share, comment.
Yep.
All those things. And yeah, don't forget, these episodes drop 7:30 Central Standard Time, Monday morning. In the morning, 7:30. I believe that's 8:30 Eastern. Mountain. I just can't remember where mountain time is.
You don't know
Pacific? Where Pacific? Wouldn't that be earlier? Is it earlier in California? Right now in winter?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, so right now in California it's 6:25.
Right.
It's 8:30 here.
When I fly to California, I leave here at like 7:30 and I get there at like 9:30. That's the brilliance of gaining time. I'll be going back in time.
So So Tim, you were saying that you have another topic. What is your other topic?
So right now, as we speak, my wife is on a 6-day trip
Bender.
with no 6-day trip
Bender.
with her friend, girls trip, because her friend always wanted to go to New York. So they're in the Big Apple.
And Tammy's only been 3 or 4 times.
We've been a couple times together.
Yeah.
I think overall we've been 3 times together.
Okay.
And so she's going shopping in New York. I don't think she's going to purchase anything, but I wanted to talk guys and girls shopping.
Yeah.
Okay. This is my premise.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, when they go shopping, always look for deals. Sometimes we can't find anything.
And we don't buy anything.
And if we don't find the deals, we just don't buy anything.
Correct.
Women will go and shop, and if they need it or think they need it or want it, they'll just pay it.
Yeah.
Whatever the cost is.
They don't negotiate either.
That's the cost. And it seems like that's why there is more deals on guys' clothing, et cetera, et cetera. Like some stuff you can't get deals. Like cars are just, they don't value whatever it is. But it seems like because of that, things like men's clothes is cheaper than women's clothes because manufacturers know that women will just be like, well,
this is a super interesting topic.
Okay. And guys will be like, no, I'll wait till it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree with that premise?
I don't agree with the premise that they have men's clothes on sale more than women's.
Okay.
I think it's strategic based on what men will pay full price for versus what women will pay full price for.
So you're on to the second part of the topic, which I was going to say. Everybody spends. It just matters what you spend on. So I don't buy clothes. I buy very little things, material things for me, but I'll spend on trips.
Yeah.
But I'm going to LA. I'm staying at a hostel because I'm not paying $250, $300 a night.
You know,
I'm paying
LA hostels will be very scary.
I'm staying good reviews. I expect I know exactly what it's going to look like. I stayed at a hostel before.
I expect exactly what it's going to look like.
I'll let you know how it is.
I'll give you a few pointers before you go.
I'll let you know how it is, but it looks good. Actually, they have a rooftop pool.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm still not paying $400 a night for a place.
How much is a hostel?
Downtown LA. I'm paying $50 a night.
Oh, that's not bad.
And if I were
You'll be the oldest person there.
Yeah, I know. I know the downsides. I've stayed at a hostel before.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that goes to the point where no, I am on the things that I spend on, and we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I'm very, very conscious of what I pay. Some people will go on trips and be like, well, I guess we're staying in Manhattan.
Isn't that what your wife's doing?
Yes. The place they're staying at is for Manhattan's reasonable. But for us guys, we'd be like, well, I guess we're gonna stay in Brooklyn. Right? Because you save money, Manhattan's very expensive, right? So even though I do spend money on trips and we all spend money somewhere, I'm pretty conscious for price.
I remember the hotel that me and Lorraine got in Manhattan the second time we went to New York.
Right.
You opened the door, the bed was like right there.
Yeah,
like right beside the door like the door opened.
Yeah.
Where the bed was right there.
Yeah.
And when the door opened, you'd walk into the doorway. Once you got past the door opening part, you were at the bathroom.
Yeah.
But in order to get to the other end of the bed, you had to like go on the bed because the bathroom came out to where the bed was, and then on the other side of the bed, that's where you could put your luggage.
Yeah, well, and that's the second downside about staying in Manhattan. You're spending more, and you're getting a postage stamp of a room.
Yeah,
typically.
But if you're only sleeping, who cares? But your wife's trip to New York, like you don't have to give up details of like how much it's costing,
right?
But in comparison to our trip, we went for 8 days, to Florida.
Yeah,
we went to 6 baseball games.
Yeah,
we went to a soccer game.
Yeah,
and we did all of that stuff. Like we did a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
We did like mini putt. I know you didn't do the mini putt, but we did a lot of driving back and forth. We did a lot of driving up the coast.
Yeah.
We did a lot of experiences. Times what do you think your trip for your wife is?
So I'll answer the question by giving you a scenario. So I compare. There's not many more places that are more expensive than New York, especially if you stay in Manhattan. I calculated that it was less expensive to go to
Egypt,
Athens, Egypt,
France, Paris.
so Greece, Paris, Madrid, London, pretty much anywhere. I think even Shanghai might have been cheaper. Like it was like, and I said that, but
And your wife's been to New York multiple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
But multiply how many times?
her friend has not. In fairness,
Yes. Her friend probably has not gone to London either.
Yeah.
But how many
Bucket trip.
times?
I wouldn't go to London anyway.
How many times could we go on our guys' trip
Yeah.
to Florida?
Yeah.
Before you get to the amount of money you're paying for this trip to New York.
I haven't done the calculation.
Just how many times roughly?
I don't want to answer
4?
that question. Maybe. I think that might be accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Florida is one of the most.
And let's be honest, the trip to Florida was about $800.
There aren't many places that are as budget friendly as Florida. There isn't.
Yes and no.
We're going to Florida in October with my family, and flights were like under $400 return, which it typically can be, right? And
That's still expensive.
$400. No, we spent more on our flights, or maybe we spent more on our flights going there. I think it was over 500, just over 500.
You did?
No, we did.
No, we
It
didn't.
was like 525 or 40.
No, it was like it was 140 one way and like 80 the other way.
No,
Yes.
you're remembering incorrectly. You check out the receipt in that.
I will check out the receipt.
It was not that. No, because everything else was so much cheaper because we shared an Airbnb with 8 people. We split the food.
Dave had to sit in the compact
Yeah.
car,
We split.
which wasn't very good for his
we
appendages.
we split the Aussie bites. I mean,
the Aussie bites. If you are going on a trip with me, I'm just letting you know right now, I'm talking to you in that camera. If you buy Aussie bites, we're not friends anymore.
Lots of people like Aussie bites.
Nobody likes Aussie bites.
No, lots of people
telling
like
you
Aussie
right now.
bites.
I'm telling you.
I since then have known people that have had Aussie bites.
Okay,
And it makes me
name
laugh
one.
every time.
Name one that wasn't on that trip.
I just know that. I don't.
It's birdseed glued together with Elmer's
Hey,
glue.
I don't like.
And it's white
I don't
glue.
like. I didn't have a single Aussie bite.
I had one.
Yeah.
I put it in my mouth and I was like, it just like started becoming dust out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you're on record as not liking Aussie bites.
I'm on record as not.
And I will defend New York City. New York City, you've never been there. It's awesome.
I have. I've been twice.
Oh, that's
3 times.
Yeah, but when you went, you didn't go to New York City. When
Yes.
we went together. No, we didn't.
I've been to New York 3 times.
Have you? Okay. I thought you hadn't.
I cruised out of New York.
Yeah, but did you?
I stayed in Manhattan
How long?
at Times Square for 2 nights.
Okay, fair enough.
And then the second time I stayed for 2 nights again.
Okay.
And we walked Central Park. I made a guy that was running race me while I was riding a bike.
And did you lose?
I know I won.
Okay.
The real loser was the guy running
No, he just
because he probably destroyed his miles.
No, those
'Cause
guys.
I was biking fast and he was
So
running
as
fast.
a runner. It's funny you mentioned that, but as a runner, it's funny how everything's so fast paced in New York, and it's like you compare that as like you are the slowest person there.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you go, but then when you go to California, and I was in just San Diego or whatever, and it's like the tone is so much different. It's so much more laid back. You're like you're keeping up with everybody because that's the pace. In New
Yeah.
York, it's like go as fast as you can. And
Are you looking forward to
that includes
California?
the runners. What's that?
Are you looking forward to California?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Your trip to California.
Yeah.
Why don't you budget the same budget that
No, I don't
your
want
wife's
to. I
doing
don't
to
want
New
to.
York?
I don't want to.
Why don't you though?
It's the same. It comes out of the same account.
But can you imagine how much you could do if you utilize the same budget?
but again, I don't. I like to stay at a nice place. It's a nice place I'm staying at. Believe it or not.
Yeah. But even so,
Yeah.
the amount of stuff that you could do for the same budget.
Yeah. For like doing things in a place, I don't need to spend money because one of my favorite things to do is go on a hike. I'm going to do the Hollywood Hills hike again. You know how much that costs? Nothing. Nothing.
How much?
I'm not renting a vehicle.
How much does it cost to go to the Statue of Liberty?
Going to the Statue of Liberty. Oh, yeah, because you're taking that. Yeah, you can go across it on the Staten
You're
Island
not
ferry.
answering the question.
It's not.
How
as
much was the
It's not as
ticket?
expensive as you think.
So you're still not going to answer?
I can't remember how much it is, honestly.
50
Something like that. Yeah.
American?
They went to the yeah, probably that. They went to the Crown. We only did the pedestal. They went to the Crown. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I'm happy that she's doing it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't need to spend.
But as you said, though, your wife's going shopping there.
she's window shopping. Yeah, which is kind of what you do the breakfast at Tiffany's thing in New York, right? You have the bagel and you look through the windows, right? Most people
Has your wife had a bagel
Most
there yet?
people don't. Yes, most people do not go to New York to do a ton. If you're going shopping, let's say clothes shopping.
But your main question was,
Yeah.
do men
Yeah.
spend less?
I think they do.
And do women
80-20 rule again.
do women just, I need it, I bought it.
Right.
I don't need to worry about how much it costs. That's a tomorrow problem.
As a rule,
I have it now because
as
I
a
needed it.
rule, yes, I think that's true. 80-20 rule again. I think my wife is conscious of price, but
So when your
generally.
wife buys something, let's say she goes
well,
out.
let's talk in
No,
general
let's just let me finish for a
because
second.
they're two different things.
When your significant other,
Yeah.
we won't call it your wife.
Sure.
Your significant other goes out and buys something.
Yeah.
Let's say even your kids, because
Yeah.
your kids are women as well.
Yeah.
They go out and buy something.
Or how
Shoes.
about your wife?
Just
Let's say your wife
wait.
buys stuff for the kids.
I'm asking you a question.
Well, you can answer the question
But
too.
first, your wife buys something.
Yeah.
And she loves it. They're shoes.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm never gonna wear these.
Yeah.
So she brings them back.
Yeah.
Does she take them back and only spend what she spent on those shoes on a new thing? Or does she go, I have money
Yeah.
from these shoes.
Yeah.
There's the $90 I spent on the shoes
Yeah.
coming back. And then I also had $80 I wanted to spend today. So now I have $170.
Right.
You know what that's called?
It's girl math.
Girl math.
Yeah.
Do you believe girl math is real?
Yes.
Do you believe that your family follows girl math?
My family is a mixed bag of spenders versus not. My family tends to think the way I do.
No.
I'm trying to separate what the generalities. I'm not going to say my wife does this if she.
No, I'm
does
not saying
do
your
it.
wife does it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, do you believe in girl math?
I don't experience it as much in my household, but I believe in it.
Okay.
That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I know that in some households, a lot of households, when they're buying stuff for the kids, it's like the kids need this, the kids need that, and it is what it is.
The kids, and one of the things that my doctor for the kids, when the kids were born,
Pediatrician. There you go.
we were like talking about stuff, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to buy this and that, and she's like, you gotta be careful, your kids are gonna need Nikes.
We talked about this, the Nike thing.
And so Lorraine, I think that the pediatrician, it was secretly working for Nike,
Right.
because that's the shoes the kids get.
It's like the pharmacist or the doctor that gets the kickbacks from.
Yeah, the doctor's
the
getting
drugs.
kickbacks from Nike.
So getting the kicks and the kickbacks from Nike.
The kicks.
And the kickbacks. Hey, that's the episode name. The kicks and kickbacks.
Kicks and kickbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
It sounds less good the more I say it.
I don't hear it, actually. I don't hear how good that sounded.
The kicks and the kickbacks. The makes it better.
So what we're asking our audience then is, A,
Yeah.
does your wife spend more than yourself if you're a man?
Yeah.
B, does your husband spend more than you if you're a woman?
Yeah.
C, do you believe in girl math?
Yeah.
And D, do you think Tim should go on 4 guys trips in the next 12 months
No,
to make up for it?
Sure. No, there's no making up. The argument is I've gone on way more trips and spent more money on trips.
Have you?
Myself. Yeah, probably. I mean, a lot of them are family trips, so they can all be incorporated.
Yeah. So
Yeah. My trips for this year are the trips up until the end of 2026. Mine have been planned.
yeah, so have mine.
So
I'm already
up to the end of next year.
I got Alberta.
Yeah.
and I've got Alaska.
Yeah.
And I got Elkhorn.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 trips.
I got Elkhorn.
Did you send me the Elkhorn dates yet?
We talked about it. Remember that
You might need to resend them to me.
we said that is the date of the Western final
Oh, perfect.
or semifinal, was it? One of the two. I think it was a semifinal.
Okay,
Or no,
can you resend me those dates? Because I want to invite the listeners.
well, right now?
No. I'll
Well,
invite
then
the
you're gonna have to go
listeners
back
through
and add it.
Instagram.
What is it going to be like on
Instagram.
Oh, you're going to add it to the
Come to Elkhorn. We're going to party at the conference center.
There's friends of ours. I just went to Elkhorn.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to.
Rennie Yalagarski?
Nope. No, he actually made fun of Manitoba today.
Yeah.
Today
Of
he
course
already
he did.
texted me and just making fun of Manitoba.
Anyways, thanks for watching the Greg and Tim Show. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, smash the like button, like the smash button, and don't forget that every Monday that we post, there's a new episode.
7:30. I'll say it again. 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.
That's what time this episode came out.
8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need to research where Mountain and Pacific. No, I know Pacific time would be then 5:30.
5:30, you're right. And Mountain would be
Do we one ahead?
6:30.
I'm not gonna try.
And in Saskatchewan, it's always different.
Yes, Saskatchewan, you just don't get internet. So you
Saskatchewan.
can't find it.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, no internet.
We don't mind Saskatchewan people, right?
No comment.
Not at all?
No comment.
Okay. Again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. If you can, don't forget to share this with your friends because we wanted to get it into their
brains.
Brains. Balls.
Their
ear balls.
Their brain balls.
So eyeballs, ear balls.
Brain balls.
Eyeballs.
I just want to say brain balls.
Eyeballs.
Ear
balls.
balls. Nose balls. Balls. What do you say?
Back in the day, I would say eyeballs, ear balls, and you would say all
the balls.
That's correct.
I forgot.
Okay, we're gonna
welcome back. Welcome back. Re-record
and it's over. The show's over.
Take 2. From
the
start.
Well, let's just rewind.
Nothing was recorded.
Let's rewind the whole episode. We're going to go right back to the beginning, and we're going to go with...
Well, welcome here to the Greg and Tim Show. I am Tim. This is my buddy in crime, Greg.
Bonnie in crime?
Did
you say Bonnie in crime?
Buddy in crime.
Was it like Bonnie and Clyde and Buddy in crime?
Buddy in crime.
Bonnie in crime?
Nice cup shirt, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're not going to restart the whole show. And if you made it this far, thank you. If you didn't make it this far, what the heck?
Yeah.
You're missing out big time.
Missing out. Just fast forward the first 10 minutes.
No, the first 10 minutes were good.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about things. We talked about Parks and Recreation.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to remember. What did we talk about? Remember from the list?
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Rec.
The
Olympics.
Olympics.
Me all about Parks. I'm going to go and watch Parks and Rec. I should binge a show. You know what? Let's start with Parks and Rec. I think I'd enjoy that show.
Okay. If you've watched Parks and Rec, put your favorite episode below in the comments. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great morning. Peace.
Have a great afternoon.
Peace out. Thanks for watching the Greg and Tim Show podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Sharing is caring.